Hello everyone, it's D-Rock with Zelda Theory and welcome back to another video. Today's video topic is about the greatest Zelda game ever made, Ocarina of Time, and why I think that this game still to this day has continued to be a fan favorite over the last 23 years, even with the complete failure that is the Switch port version of the game. So Ocarina of Time is hands down one of my all-time favorite Legend of Zelda games, and it had a lot of mature moments. What I'm trying to say is, in my opinion, Ocarina of Time probably shouldn't have been rated E for everyone. Remember the Shadow Temple? You know, the place where the King of Hyrule tortured his prisoners in order to get information out of them? Yeah, that place that's literally covered in dark themes and evil creatures from the pits of hell itself? Yeah, that place. Yikes, I'm just getting the heebie-jeebies talking about the vibes that I'm getting from the Shadow Temple, and that I did get. The Shadow Temple and its dark themes wasn't the only thing in Ocarina of Time that was definitely more geared toward a more mature audience, if you will. So there's many situations in the game that pop up in my memory of one of the best games ever made. The different themes of love, friendship, feelings of loneliness, betrayal. Ocarina of Time is just a beautiful game, not only because of how great the gameplay is and how it completely revolutionized gaming at its core, but how emotionally it takes you on this roller coaster of feelings that we really don't understand to its full extent until we are a little bit older and more mature. I love this. The ability to play as both a younger version of Link as well as the adult version of Link is definitely a major reason why Ocarina of Time is still considered one of the best Zelda games to this day. It just made me feel that there was just so much more to do in the game, and I'm sure you feel the same, right? The adventure was such a grand one. One of the things I remember most about playing as young Link is his interactions with the people he cared about, like with Zelda and Saria, for example. I mean, the scene where Link leaves Kokiri Forest for the first time and Saria stops to say her goodbye to him, it's just beautiful. What about when Link meets Zelda for the first time? I do have one gripe here, and that's just that I don't like how Link never really shows his emotions in Ocarina of Time, but that is definitely fixed in some of the other games in the series, like the Wind Waker or even Skyward Sword, for example. One of the scenes that have always stood out to me with Link as an adult is when Link first starts to leave the Temple of Time and can feel a presence behind him. He unsheathes the Master Sword, turns around like he is going to destroy this person, only to find out that the being behind him is a friend who is guiding Link on a linear path throughout the game. Being able to be basically two different versions of the same person really gave the game so much more gameplay, as well as different things they could potentially do within each time gap. Ocarina of Time is one of the main games in the series that has some of the best songs and soundtracks. I mean, where do I even start? There's the song Storms, Saria's song, Gerudo Valley. Man, I could go on and on, but this is, to me, one of the main reasons why, after all this time, Ocarina of Time is still relevant to this day. The music that is showcased in the games are classics, and if you are a fan of the series, I don't actually think there is a way you could even disagree. Now, or maybe I'm wrong there, I don't know. Now, are there games in the Zelda series that have better soundtracks? Oh, 100%, but to stay on topic, you can't deny that Ocarina of Time is known and is remembered heavily because of the songs in this game. I should probably mention here as well that the ocarina is extremely crucial to the plot of the game, but I won't get into that here. The graphics. Even to this day, if you could go back and boot up the original version of Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64, it still looks great. I mean, yeah, obviously they're not like Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker, but they're in a category that's special in its own way. I talked in depth in my last video about all of the issues that the Switch port of this game had, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on that in this video, but I wouldn't waste your time on this Switch port version of Ocarina of Time unless you literally have no other means of playing the game. But to be honest, there's just better ways to do it. Of course, if you still have the Nintendo 64, first things first, I envy you. And secondly, this is probably the best version, in my opinion, to get your hands on. There is the 3DS version of the game, but for reasons that are likely not relevant to this topic of the video, I just don't prefer it. Look, do what you want. For real, I just definitely think that this is a huge reason why Ocarina of Time is still considered one of the best in the franchise. Not only do the graphics stand on their own, but they completely revolutionize the way games would eventually become as far as graphics. You still haven't played it? What are you doing? Get to it. One of the many reasons why I love the Zelda series is because of how long the games are, along with all the goodies you can collect, which also adds to the point of Ocarina of Time being the GOAT, or the greatest of all time. I just looked it up on howlongtobeat.com, and if you are playing the main story of Ocarina of Time, it'll take you roughly 27 hours to complete. If you are anything like me though, that's just not something that's gonna fly. I'm a completionist at heart, so if you are a completionist and you want to collect all the goodies, meaning all the heart pieces, gold skeletas, and get all the wallet upgrades, this game will take you around 40 hours to complete. What a journey, right? Ocarina of Time is also one of the most, quotes, complete Zelda games, if you will. It has humor, sadness, it has ups and downs. Literally, the game takes you on an emotional roller coaster, like we talked about in the beginning. At least it did for me. I'd definitely like to know your thoughts down in the comments below. Well, hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching and staying to the end. And if you drop a I love Ocarina of Time in the comments below, I will give your comment some love, as then I'll know you made it this far. Also, here's a video that I think you might enjoy watching next. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn notifications on for more Zelda content. You can also follow me over on Twitter and Instagram. Until next time, much peace and love. Be the light.